Now, you're very wise and have years and years of experience. What was SEO like let's say, when you started?
Uh, it was realistically just people trying to understand what to do.
Mm,
It was just people coming up with ideas and testing. I feel there was a lot more testing back then. So
right.
if, like for me, I had 100 plus websites, not one of them was a customer, they were all mine.
Mm,
So I could test what I wanted. So if I come up with an idea, I could test it. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. If it did, brilliant. I could
mm,
roll it out. But I did an awful lot of testing back then because there wasn't like the resources available that there is now. There
mm,
wasn't like massive case studies being done. I mean, there were no social media. There were no one, it
yeah.
was just the odd one or two forums.
I
It,
remember
it
those
was it
forums.
was literally a case of just testing. And for me, it was looking at what everybody else was doing, but not replicating what they was doing.
Right.
For me, right from the very start, I've always looked for differentiators, opportunities.
Hmm.
What are other people not doing that I could? What are they doing wrong? So even back then, it wasn't a case of just following what everyone else was doing, which most of the industry usually does now anyway. It
Yeah.
was literally a case of looking at and testing.
Mm,
Just basically had all these websites ranking really well, and achieving some fantastic traffic numbers for then.
mm,
So literally, I think that for me personally, I haven't really changed what I've always done. I've always stuck true to myself, and because I've not just followed the crowd, I've done my own thing.
hmm.
And I think one thing that stands out for me, I don't try to do SEO. That's the big differentiator. I don't try to do SEO. What I do is try to drive business. And it just so happens what I'm doing, Google seem to like.
Right.
And I think that's the big difference.